here at all will know this, but I got involved with a group called bullfrogs. Just show of hands, how many people here go home at night, and I actually like this to be serious, how many people here go home at night fearing that they're going to be abducted? They're not going to like wake up in their bed in the morning. Okay? How many people here go home at night and wake up in the morning and have even the slightest doubt that they might be getting forced into being a child soldier? Huh. Maybe it's the wrong crowd. Anyway, in northern Uganda, there's a man called Joseph Kony, and he has basically deemed himself as being a god. He leads a group called the Lord's Resistance Army, and each year he abducts, I think, somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 child soldiers. Just comes into these innocent towns and takes the children, and in the morning they are now part of the Lord's Resistance Army. They're told, if you run, we will shoot you. If we get a hold of you, we will mutilate you. If you run, we'll kill all of your family. Now, I personally can't relate to that at all. The most suffering I have ever had in my entire life is my parents got divorced, which is a very traumatic experience, but I can't imagine waking up knowing that my mother is dead, my father is dead, and my brothers have the possibility of being killed because I don't want to fight in the war that I'm not allowed to do the other choice about. Anyway, the program Invisible Children has helped raise awareness about this. And every time they come closer to getting a peace agreement signed, they've had the entire country of Uganda ready to sign a peace treaty. They've had UN brought in. They've even gotten a U.S. congressman put to a special council on solving the issue in Uganda. Now, every time they've gotten to this point, the man named Joseph Kony, who I mentioned, who leads the Lord's Resistance Army and has basically deemed himself a god, backs out of the deal and goes to an innocent village and murders everyone there. He did this on Christmas. What were you guys doing on Christmas? I imagine most of you were waking up in the morning and you go down to presents. He, I think, ended up murdering over 300 people in a matter of hours. And the total by the end of the day, I'm not entirely sure about. Anyway, I've become involved with this group, and they're doing a program now called Abduct Yourself. And on April 25th, they're doing a big movement, and they're going to try and stop the war again. And anyway, the thing that's so crazy to me is I can't relate to this at all. I have no idea of what this would be like, and I would never have known about this if it wasn't for a friend who had gotten me interested in this. I started researching it and saying, wow, this is really kind of an atrocity. And before that point, I had sort of felt like, okay, God, you know, I'm an elder in my church. I'm being the good church boy. I go, I serve communion. Not really much more for me to do. I'm playing in the praise band, getting my funk on, but not really much for me to do. And God came and He's been yelling at me the entire time. There's all this stuff going on across the entire world. I mean, let alone in your backyard. I would imagine a lot of you guys would be shocked at the number of homeless people who live in the Dayton area. The number of people you could help. But God was yelling at me the entire time. You know, Alex, you have the skills and you have the talent to help move people. You have the skills and the talent to help me help people. And I was just pretty much cruising along. And somehow I came in contact with this group, and I'm trying to help them out now. There are these people who are all the way in Uganda. Uganda's in Africa, for those of you who don't know. There's a lot of space between me and them. There's a lot of space between us. And so, all I can do is hope for them. I personally cannot go over there. I'm working on possibly trying to scheme a way to get over there, but I personally cannot go over there and help fight. I cannot do anything but raise money and hope. Now, for some of you guys, it's a hard concept to grasp. Trust, hope, and love. Maybe our theme. But trust, hope, and love in something that we can't see. And I would encourage you guys to go forth tonight to sort of think about, you know, to think about where you guys are being called to Because a lot of the time, I don't think that it's so much that God is so far away from us, but God is so close to us that we can't even understand what's being shouted at us. So take a step back from everything. Sort of think about what's going on. I would encourage you guys to hope unswervingly. To hope for other people. To hope that things will get better. And take action to make things better for other people. To help stop people like Joseph Kony. Or to help stop the genocide in Rwanda and Darfur and all these other places where there's just atrocity. I would encourage you guys to take a step out of your comfort zone and help the person sitting next to you. I would almost bet that there's got to be at least 20 people here who do not know the person's name that's sitting next to them. Why don't we figure that out right now, real quick?
What's your name? Hi, Robert. I'm Courtney.
Okay, so if you guys are able to bridge the space between the two of you sitting next to each other, that's like what, a foot? You guys are able to do that so easily. Think about how easy it must be to bridge the space between you and a mile. That shouldn't be too hard. You just go a little louder, right? So I would encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone and hope unswervingly and try and help some people. So, yeah.